All right, getting ready for my hydrofacial 1 week out here at Javon, and I'm very excited for this. I love this part. I absolutely love peak week because I get to do all of this self-care. So if you guys can see my skin, I just got a facial at Javon in Ballston next to the gym where I work out, but she did a dermaplaning. I've never had that done before, so my skin feels a little bit tight, but it feels super fresh, super relaxed. So next week, hopefully when I step on stage, it's nice and glowing. So I just finished up the first of my peak week workouts. So today all I had to do was lift. I didn't have any cardio, which was very nice. So my energy's feeling pretty good. I obviously don't feel super strong when I'm lifting during peak week, but in general, haven't felt super strong right now, just coming back postpartum, and that's totally okay. Focus more on muscle engagement and just making sure that the muscles that I'm trying to work are working effectively. Also, to always throw in the little bits of balance between being a mom and figuring out prep. In the front seat of my car are my pump parts, because on my way to my facial, I had to pump. So I did, and I brought a cooler bag with me so I could put the milk in there. But yeah, I literally, these are the legendary silicone collection cups, for anybody who's wondering, if you're really curious. But the nice thing is that I use a Spectra pump, attaches it in there. You can just stick them in, and that way I can pump while I can drive. And that is how I multitask these days, because yeah, it's just how I got to get it done. So day one of peak week, super excited. Great workout. I'm ready for the remainder of the week to come. There's going to be some tough nutrition days, not too bad workout days. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow. It's officially peak week, which means, those of you guys who maybe don't compete and are unfamiliar with peak week, it's the last week leading up to a competition. Basically, it means like you make specific changes to your nutrition and your training, and you really kind of hone in on the last little details as you get ready to get on stage in a week. So technically, today's Sunday. Yesterday, I videoed some stuff from yesterday, but I'm kind of doing this out of order, but that's totally okay. Today is Easter, and Chris and I are going to the gym because his mom is in town for the weekend, so she is watching the baby, and it gives us a chance to go to the gym. So today's the Sunday before my show next Saturday. I don't have to lift today. I lifted yesterday and had no cardio. Today I just have cardio and don't have to lift. So 45 minutes in the morning, and then again tonight, which I will just do going for a walk outdoors. But yeah, Chris, you have anything you want to say?
No.
Oh, I figured not. So yeah, the other nice thing with peak week, as you saw a little bit yesterday, is it's a time to just kind of focus a lot more on getting ready for the show. So I like to use that as an excuse to do fun things. Like yesterday I got a facial. Today we're going to get a massage, especially since Chris's mom is in town and she can watch the baby. So gives an excuse to kind of do the things that you don't normally treat yourself to. So that's my goal this week, treat myself to the fun stuff. At Vita because it's Easter morning at 7:30 a.m. we got there. It was very, very quiet, which was kind of nice. I like going to the gym early in the morning when it's quiet. Usually I can't do that with my schedule, but I did that, fasted, not intentionally or not just because of the day today. My calories are very low today, so it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. I'm having family come over for Easter brunch, so that'll be a little bit of an adjustment, but that's okay. I'm going to get my coffee right now at Phil's, which is just right over there near the gym, so that's why I always go there. And it's a little sad because, if you guys saw in the last video, I really like my mochas, but now I'm going with, it's called Filtered Soul. It's like chocolate and hazelnut beans, so the beans are flavored, and then I do just a little bit of cream in there. So that's it now. It's not super sweet, but still flavorful. So I'm gonna go grab that, get ready, Easter church service, and then brunch with my family, and then we've got our massage later and a little bit of cardio to finish up the day. All right, so it still is Sunday, Easter, hence our nice pastel looking clothes. But Chris and I are going to get a couples massage. He probably doesn't want me to tell you guys that he gets massages sometimes too.
I'll talk about that.
You won't get a pedicure?
Yeah, no one's touching my
This
feet.
This is a question I have. Leave it in the comments because I'm very curious. If you're a guy or if you have like a boyfriend, husband, guys in your life, do they get pedicures? And should they get pedicures?
No and no.
Chris needs a pedicure.
No.
But he'll get a massage. So we're going to a place in Georgetown. I've never been there before. It's called Unwind Wellness. So I'm excited. It's over by Baked and Wired for those of you guys who live in DC. But again, just small little things leading up to a show that help just help make me feel better and take care of myself. I don't feel particularly tight, but it'll still be nice to get a massage. And on a day like today when we just had Easter brunch and Chris made a delicious looking quiche and
That you didn't eat.
Correct. But he'll have to make it again because I have to track my macros. If I wasn't 1 week out from a show, I would eat it. It's, mostly veggies, eggs, and a crust. But because I'm 1 week out, I'm measuring my stuff, weighing my stuff, and I had chicken and rice. So because I feel like I'm not able to do those kinds of fun things because my diet's strict. I like to do fun things in a different way that doesn't surround yourselves with food. So I'll have to get a massage now. Okay, so it's 8 p.m. and I am finishing up the second half of my cardio because that is just the reality of life these days. So I had 45 minutes in the morning, 45 minutes tonight. Today was kind of the last tough day before it starts to get better during peak week. So my carbs were at 100 grams today. My fats are at 35, so really low. But throughout the week, they're just gonna go up. So my carbs go up like 20 to 30 grams a day, just kind of depending on the day. Might adjust depending on how I'm looking. And then fats go up slightly too. So each day is gonna get better. Cardio is gonna get a little shorter. Hopefully I will fill out a lot more. And yeah, I'm excited. Today was tough because it was Easter. So it wasn't tough in the sense that I was like sad that I couldn't eat Easter candy and everything, but it was just my schedule was hard because, you know, normally I'm pretty routine and scheduled with my meals, but because I went to church with my sister and her family this morning, and then they came over for brunch, and then Chris and I had a massage. Everything was just out of whack, so I actually ended up like under eating earlier in the day, and then having to like eat more at night than I typically would, which I just don't like doing that. But yeah, I don't know. C'est la vie. It is what it is. Alrighty. Happy Monday of peak week. So I'm now 5 days out. It is a little after 7 a.m. So because Chris's mom is still in town, she is watching the baby who just woke up and is getting fed her morning bottle right now. And I'm going to the gym. So today I have my regular training, which is glutes and shoulders. And then cardio, I need to check and see, I think 40 minutes of cardio, but just one session. So I've finished up with the lower calorie, higher cardio days over the weekend. And I'm excited to roll into this week. I did my check-ins this morning with my coach. I weighed myself, did my pictures and all of that good stuff. And yeah, overall, I am really looking forward to this week. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. I don't normally work out early in the mornings. I just usually am an afternoon workout person. But today, I wanted to kind of try something. I'm saving my egg whites and grits for when I get back. But I wanted to try a protein shake. So it's basically like my protein ice cream that I typically make. So I use 1 scoop of the core ISO. The mint cookie crumble is what I've been using recently, and I love it. And ice cubes, and I did about 1/4 cup of oat milk and then the rest with water. So a little oat milk, water, and then I put a shot of espresso in it. I did this the other day before I went to a play that was late at night and I needed to stay awake for it. And I put an shot of espresso in it. I don't know why I never did this before. This is like my new favorite obsession is a protein shake with a shot of espresso. So I will be trying out different protein shake flavors. But this is like a mint mocha, and I can't have my regular mochas right now, so this is like heaven. So highly recommend. All right, I'll see you at the gym. Over the weekend, it was 80s and sunny, and today, on Monday, it is in the 40s and raining. So I guess this is just springtime weather. But that was the first time I was able to really get in my full workout, all the cardio that I needed, since my cardio's up, and all of the training I had to do. Posing, I'm gonna save for later and do it at home just because I wanna get home to the baby and I have some meetings and stuff, but I'm going to get my coffee. I wanted to show you guys how easy it is to order from Phil's. So I order my coffee as I'm finishing up my workout. So you guys can see here just how I use the app. But the nice thing is you can change what type of sweetener, what type of like milk or cream you use, how much, what size. So it's super convenient. So I'm off to get that right now. Happy Tuesday, officially 4 days out. Tuesdays are my long days, so I've been working since early this morning. Got up at 4:30. You can tell I'm in prep because that was my breakfast, my grits and egg whites, and then right now I am eating on the road chicken, rice, and green beans. It's a little after 11 a.m. I'm heading to go do my Tuesday workout. Energy is really good. Yesterday I was dragging for a while. I ended up taking like a 30-minute nap yesterday, which is rare. I haven't had to take naps lately, but I'm feeling good today, so let's go. Good morning, happy Wednesday. I'm officially 3 days out, which I'm super excited about. I've been sleeping terribly this week. I think it's just because I'm excited. Most nights I've been waking up around midnight and can't sleep. Last night, I went to bed around 10:30, got up at like 11:15 to go to the bathroom. Then I got up at 12:30 because Franca was moving around, so I thought he had to go out. So I got up, took him out. Couldn't go back to bed, so at around 1 o'clock, came down, sat on the couch, did some work, watched TV for about 30 minutes, and then finally went back up to bed around 2, and it's now a little bit before 6, so I need to figure out what's going on with my sleep and why I can't sleep very well, and it has nothing to do with the baby. So yeah, last night was a little rough, but this morning I want to walk you through some of the stuff that I do with my check-in to send that to my coach that I'm working with every morning during peak week, as well as what I do to kind of get my body ready for the tan that I'll be doing on Friday, as well as makeup and hair stuff as well. So kind of more like the beauty side of things. So I'll walk you through check-ins and then hair, tan type of stuff that I do to get ready for today. So I just got out of the shower, and so I wanted to just kind of show you some of the things that I do to get my skin ready for a tan, to get my hair ready to kind of be as shiny, as nice as possible on stage, and for my face to kind of look as good as possible under bright lights with all the makeup. So starting a few weeks out, I really pay attention to exfoliating my body. So right now I just have this Dr. Teal's exfoliator, Pink Himalayan Salt Scrub. Basically, so it's Epsom salt and essential oils, but I'll use this in every shower for about 2 weeks leading up to a show. The areas that I especially like to focus on, obviously, is like knees, elbows, wrists, ankles, the areas that get dry, but especially kind of like those flatter, kind of canvasy parts of your physique that you want to make sure you don't have dead, dry skin. So a lot on my chest, a lot on my glutes, and a lot on my back. So that is kind of a staple that I use. Each show I've used a different salt scrub, but I like something that's got kind of that really gritty, grainy texture. So right now I've just been using this Dr. Teal's from Target or CVS, can't remember where I got it from. As I get closer to the show, so today I used that, but I want to avoid things that have too many oils in them because that can kind of counteract with some of the ingredients in the tan, cause the color to not be great. So from here on out, as I shower, all I'm doing is using, I got this at a hotel actually, so for free, but an exfoliating kind of mitt without anything on it. So I'll just use this exfoliating mitt to kind of not dry scrub because I'm in the shower, but not use any additional products just in the next few showers before our show day, just to make sure that I'm nice and exfoliated, but I'm not putting too many extra oils on my skin, like I said, that can counteract with the tan. These kinds of scrubs are very moisturizing, which is great, but again, that like thick buildup of the product can might cause some interaction with the tan, and I don't want to risk that. Following my shower, leading up to the show, I'll use a thick body butter. Right now, I still have some left over. This is from Liquid Sunrays, which is a tanning company. I use usually Liquid Sunrays or Pro Tan. But yeah, this is just a thick body butter. So again, I focus on the areas that tend to get really dry. So like I said, knees, elbows, wrists, ankles. But again, those flat planes. So belly, chest, back, and glutes as well. So I extra moisturize with this. If this is kind of what I normally use on a daily basis, if I'm kind of lazy and I don't feel like doing all of that, I'll use this as just the Kiehl's body oil. They also have, Neutrogena makes one that's less expensive that you can get at Target or CVS. But yeah, this is kind of my go-to daily moisturizer. So I'll try to use a thick, creamy body butter, but sometimes I go to this oil. Today I'll use these, but from here on out, again, as I get ready for the show, I'm not going to put any additional products on my body, so I will just use the scrub pad in the shower, and that is it, including no deodorant as well. So that's why you get stinky when you tan. So that's pretty much what I do for my body. Obviously, I got a massage you guys saw a few days ago. That's more just physical versus the skin. But for my face, Saturday, I got a facial, did the dermaplaning, so I'm feeling really kind of exfoliated and fresh, but I do want to show some of the things I like to use. I use Kiehl's face wash as kind of my normal face wash in the shower, but a few times ago when I went and got a facial, the esthetician gave me this detoxifying scrub mask from Skin Better Science. So it's kind of like a gritty, grainy texture, and it says you can leave on your face, what does it say, for up to 15 minutes and then rinse with water. So basically when I get in the shower, not every time, I usually do this once, maybe twice a week, but I'll put it on my face, then I'll do the rest of my hair, my body stuff, and then I'll wash this off. So this has been really good. In addition, leading up to the show, I like to do masks. So these are just some masks I have. If you guys have any you really like, can you leave that in the comments? I'd appreciate it. I'm not an expert on this. These are just some I picked up again at Target. So a Neutrogena hydrating sheet mask. So again, want to make sure my skin is nice, hydrated, and doesn't look dry and flat on stage. As well as these are moisturizing gel eye patches. Not eye patches, but eye masks. So I like to do those leading up to the show. I haven't done these since my facial about 5 days ago, but I'll probably do one on Thursday night or maybe even Friday beforehand, just for a little added moisture. That's pretty much it for my face in terms of extra things that I do. And then for my hair, if this was a normal time, I would get my hair done a couple weeks before, including color and cut. My hairstylist had a baby recently. So basically, I was pregnant, got my hair done back in October before I had the baby. Then she was pregnant. I had an appointment scheduled with her in February, but she actually ended up going into labor early. She was put on bed rest, went into labor early. Beautiful, healthy baby boy. But that means that my appointment was canceled because she was at home with a newborn at that time. So I don't have a hair appointment with her till after my show. My hair has had two problems. One, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm really dealing with the postpartum hair loss. It just kind of hit me a few weeks ago. So what I've been doing is someone recommended this. I just got it on Amazon, but it's Pure Adore Original Gold Label Anti-Hair Thinning Shampoo. I've been using this I've used it a few times so far. I really like it. It has biotin in it, as well as like 17 proprietary herbal blends. I don't necessarily know what that means, what that does, but so far I like it. So no complaints about that. And then I've also been taking the Nutrafil postpartum supplements to help with the hair loss and hair restoration. You can take those while breastfeeding. So that's why I've been taking those, because I'm still breastfeeding. But then what I've been focusing on is doing more like nourishing hair masks. So I have two different ones that I alternate between. Leading up to a show, I use masks way more frequently than maybe you should or that I need to, but I do them a few times a week. Number one, I use one that's specific for blondes to kind of get the brassiness out and restore my hair color, since I didn't have a chance to get it colored, kind of to the color that matches my extensions so it doesn't look too harsh and off. And then this is another one that I really just like. It has keratin, protein, and black rice in it. It's from Nexus. But again, I just got it at Target. It's kind of like an individual use Nexus Kerafix. But it's worked well on my hair. My hair looks softer, silkier. Hopefully has less damage and breakage because it is thinning out a lot. So my hair extensions will help bring fullness to my hair on stage, but it's kind of sad when you watch your hair kind of pull out of your head and go down the drain. So that's what I've been using in the shower. Following the shower, I just use a leave-in conditioner. This one is just from Tresemme. Leave-in conditioner, detangle and smooth. Basically, I put this in my hair before I brush through it to try to eliminate as much breakage as possible. And then I use this hair oil from Chai. I don't know how you say the brand. But anyways, it's called Silk Infusion, Silk Reconstruction Complex. I don't know. It's like a hair oil that I put in to kind of keep things shiny. So that is my typical routine for my face, my skin to get ready for tan, and my hair to get ready for stage. In the few weeks leading up to a show, the next few showers, like I said, it'll be very different on what I'm putting on physically on my body. The other thing I wanted to show you, I don't think I grabbed it out, but that's okay, is white strips. So I'll put white strips on my teeth. I'm a big coffee drinker. I've always been a big coffee drinker, but especially during peak week when fatigue is a little bit more real. But I will use Crest white strips as frequently as I remember to use them. So probably in the 2 weeks leading up to a show, I'll use them like half a dozen times or so to just try to bring a little bit more whiteness to my teeth. So yeah, 3 days out here, that's kind of my beauty routine. That way you can kind of see what I like to use as I get my skin nice and smooth, keep it from being dry, hydrate my skin, make my hair as shiny as possible, my teeth as white as possible as I get ready for stage.
So that's strength group one. Then we'll move over to the racks. So you guys remember the Penlay row was on Friday this month, so now we're rotating, right? So if this is upper body C, now it's going to be on the Monday, right? And then upper body A is going to go to Wednesday, upper body B is going to go to Friday. So that.
happy Thursday. It is 2 days out from show day, so it's getting closer. You guys can tell probably physically by how I look. I'm a lot leaner through my face, kind of through my arms. Everything's leaning out a little bit, which is exciting for stage. I'm feeling better. I slept better last night. I think I'm just excited for everything. But anyways, I wanted to kind of walk you through right now some of the questions that you had asked on Instagram and some people had asked in person. So basically I want to answer some of those. I'll roll a little bit of a clip from my second to final workout today. So I have a workout tomorrow as well. Normally, historically, I would only do cardio on Thursday, rest Friday, compete Saturday. But this new protocol is a little bit different. So I'm excited to kind of see how that changes my look on stage. One question that people had kind of asked in various forms over Instagram is what my nutrition has been like. So when I've worked with coaches in the past, typically I've had a meal plan instead of macros. Paul does macros, which is great. It allows me to kind of have a little more variety in what I eat, which is good. But it also, I'm somebody that likes routine and consistency, so I end up eating a lot of the same things, especially as I hone in on peak week. So right now, throughout prep and leading into peak week, my protein really hasn't changed much. I've been roughly around 150 grams of protein. My carbs, that's what's fluctuated the most. So my carbs at the highest, before I really started prepping and definitely before peak week, was close to, I believe my highest was like 270 or 280 carbs. The lowest my carbs got over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday were 100 grams. So that was a little bit tough, but not terrible. And then now starting as of Monday all the way up through today and show day, they're gradually increasing. So my carbs are increasing about 20 to 30 grams per day, depending on how I'm looking and how I'm feeling. Fats stay relatively low. Normally they're around like the mid 40s to 50s range. They've dropped slightly now to either 35 or 40, and then starting today are going to increase a little bit leading up to stage. So I hit my all-time lows in terms of macros over the weekend, and then it's just been building as we go into the show. So macro split, I like doing it. It's different. But because I'm such a routine person, I just like make the same thing over and over again. So I'm not measuring new macros all the time. Another question that I got that was pretty similar is how I like working with Paul. And he's been great. There's a few things that I look for when I'm working with a coach. And it's been a while. I haven't worked with a coach other than Chris since 2016. And over the course of working with different coaches, I kind of find what values are really important to me. So number one is somebody who's timely and responsive. That is very, very important to me. So Paul always gets back to my check-ins right away, which I appreciate. Number two is somebody who cares about you as an individual more than just a competitor. I think it's very easy to find people, coaches, who are just so honed in on what you're doing in terms of what you're eating, how you're training, and not having any regard for life. And at this phase of my life, balance is so important. Being a new mom, being an entrepreneur, it's I need to have balance with competing. And if Paul weren't able to provide that for me, he would not be the right fit. So that has been phenomenal. And I like learning from someone who has a slightly different philosophy. He has a lot of successful competitors. His approach has been totally different than stuff I've ever done before with any other coach. So I really enjoy that piece of it, is he's like taking his experience, his knowledge, and applying that to me and then making tweaks and changes as we go. So I've absolutely loved working with Paul and Team Pro Physique. It's been great. I'm going to continue to work with him. Another question somebody asked me, and this was when my clients asked me this in person, but I thought it was a good one to address on here. She asked if, I forget exactly how she phrased it, but basically if girls are catty backstage, or if it's like people are rude backstage. And it's so interesting. I have never experienced people being rude backstage. Maybe some other competitors have. But when I'm backstage, I really tend to stay to myself. I don't talk to many people. And the reason for that is just a sense of energy. It keeps me more calm. A lot of times as people are talking to each other, it's kind of this nervous energy that comes out. And then there's all these questions of, did I not do enough cardio? Did I eat too much? Did I drink too much water? And so other people's kind of stresses about stepping on stage start to manifest. And I don't want that for myself. So I kind of stay away from that. I don't talk to many people backstage unless, you know, there's people that I know, people that I've crossed paths with before. Of course, I'll talk to them. But to answer the question, are people catty? No. But also, I'm not somebody that's like putting myself out there backstage to try to talk to everybody just because I'm kind of focused and in my zone before I step on stage. And then one final question that people had asked is what my plans are after the show. So if you guys watched my last video, you know that I wasn't planning to do the show until about 2 weeks ago. There's a show on June 11th in the area that I don't know if I'm going to do or not yet. I think it's about 7 weeks after this show, which gives me time to kind of game plan and figure it out. But throughout the month of May, I have a lot of travel. I have a girls' trip to Napa. Chris and I are going on vacation to Costa Rica, and at my sister's bachelorette party. So lots of fun things that aren't very prep conducive. If I choose to do that show, I don't have a problem staying on prep as much as possible during those times, but I'm going to kind of see how the show goes, weigh that, and see my thoughts going forward. Beyond that, I honestly don't know. You know, historically, I would say I'm going to nationals. My goal is to get my pro card, yada, yada. But now I'm trying to find that balance with life, being with my family, being with my baby, and work. And so I'm going to talk to Paul after the show. We'll kind of see how I look on Saturday, see what his thoughts are, where I need to make improvements and progress, both from his feedback and judges' feedback, and we'll go from there. So today my cardio has gone down since I'm 2 days out, so we came here to the zoo to walk around a little bit to get in just a little bit of the cardio, and because my carbs and my fat are up, I brought a snack with me. So I have rice cakes and peanut butter that I'm basically using added peanut butter and added rice cakes to manipulate my carbs and my fats for today. So I'm leaving the gym now. I just finished my second to last workout. So tomorrow, even one day out, I'll do kind of just like a lighter pump workout, which is just different than anything I've ever done before, because normally I take the Friday before a show as a whole rest day. So it'll be interesting. But one thing, I feel like this is kind of the epitome of all of prep, not in a bad way, but the gym that we go to, so there's 2 floors. The first floor is like cardio and lower body equipment, and then upstairs is all dumbbells, upper body equipment, and cables. And what are they doing? Redoing the floor, or they're moving
just
equipment?
Reorganizing it, yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, the top floor was closed, and so that meant 2 things. Number one, it meant that a lot of the equipment that I needed for what my workout was, like cable stuff, I didn't have, so I had to kind of modify with some dumbbells downstairs. And because it's now like 4:45, it's getting closer to peak rush time at the gym, so there's more people there, which means that it was just harder to kind of finagle a workout, plus, you know, always time constraints. So I was able to do most everything, even if some of it was slightly modified, and the only things I didn't do or a variation of was seated cable rows and lat pull downs, but c'est la vie, it is what it is. So yeah, just making do with what I can. So even though today is only Thursday and tomorrow, Friday, is technically peak week, I'm going to close out the peak week video with today because I want to include Friday as part of show day, just because it's a slightly different approach to the day. And I just think it'll be interesting to kind of see what leads up almost the 24 hours prior to show day. So if you guys want to see what happens both on the Friday of peak week and the show day, be sure to check that out. I'll have that up hopefully soon, hopefully just a few days after my show. This you guys will be seeing before I step on stage, which is exciting. But I also am going to do a follow-up video, actually. So following the show, what do the few days post-show look like? I think that's important. Often we work towards this pinnacle, and people who are watching just kind of see the pinnacle of being on stage and not what happens afterwards. And especially if you're a new competitor, that piece is really important to know and understand. So also be on the lookout for that video. And if you guys like this, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Bodymass YouTube page. We'd really appreciate that. And I will see you guys next time on stage.